Hello, disciples. As I'm recording this video, we are learning of the widespread devastation and power outages in Louisiana and Texas along the Gulf Coast because of Hurricane Laura. We know that Week of Compassion staff have been in touch with disciples in that area and are working to coordinate a church-wide response to get needed resources there. This is on top of destructive storms that swept through Iowa a few weeks ago and the wildfires that continue to blaze in California. Because of the pandemic of COVID-19, it has made responding to these disasters even more difficult and complicated because of the need to keep people safe. As always, your generous support for Week of Compassion means that the whole church can be there when Week of Compassion is there. Well, in addition to natural disasters, we once again have a human-made disaster. Another police shooting of a black man, this time in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Jacob Blake was shot 7 times in the back in the presence of his own children. Now, he's alive, but he is paralyzed below the waist. If we are indeed followers of Jesus Christ, if we understand ourselves and all humanity to be created in the image of God, there are simply no excuses that we can make or offer for the failure to eradicate and address the persistent injustice and sin of racism. It's a matter of how deeply, how courageously, how completely you want to love all whom God has created. No excuses, no caveats. You either make justice happen, as Professor Lisa Davidson says in her translation of Micah 6:8, or you don't. You either live into the call of God to bear God's witness of love into the world, or you don't. You can't be afraid to name injustice. You can't be afraid to tell the truth and call it out. You can't be afraid to demand accountability, whether it be your local police force, local, city, county officials, state government, or federal government. Courageous love names the truth, names the injustice, tells the truth, and works, advocates, organizes until the change happens. That is the work that God has given the church to do. That is what followers of Jesus Christ are called to do. We love to speak that verse, Micah 6:8, and I want to leave with you Professor Lisa Davidson's complete translation of that one verse. She is professor of Hebrew Bible at Phillips Theological Seminary, and I love this translation. It speaks to me powerfully. What does the Holy One require of us? To make justice happen, to love passionately as the Holy loves, and to be the divine's image in the world. Professor Davidson also goes on to say that there is no try in there, for the Holy One expects, no, demands, she says, that we do these things. So church, we have to continue to tell the truth, name the injustice, and work, advocate to make justice happen, to work and advocate, work until that change comes.